What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Base Damage. I know I'm a little bit late to the party on the restriction list update. It came out while I was out on the road truck driving, but I'm here now, so I'm going to go ahead and get my thoughts on it. As for what got hit, everyone basically already knows, but I also pulled up this version of the infographic that they released for another point that I want to make. But obviously, here are the hits, minus what my head is currently covering. Obviously, I did not expect them to make some of the hits that they did, but let's go over each one. And I do want to discuss some stuff. First and foremost, there's actually something up here that didn't get stated. And I was actually very surprised on this. Mushoku Tensei got taken off. If you actually, they didn't state this on the Twitter post, which I think was a little bit wonky. That's just, whatever. That's just me. Under on their Twitter post, they put a link, going to this page right here on the English Weiss site, showing the same little infographics and stuff, and kind of explaining their reasoning behind each of the hits and everything. But when you scroll, when I went to that, and when I scrolled down, I was like, wait, what? And then I saw it's like, oh yeah, we took Mushoku Tensei stuff off. That just wasn't stated. I thought that was a little bit weird as well. I feel like, as much as they tried to talk about being transparent, quote unquote, in showing what stuff they were going to be trying to work with and trying to be quote unquote transparent in their explanations of stuff, I feel they could have stated in the initial post, with this, they could have said, oh yeah, by the way, we're taking some stuff off as well. It's whatever. But the main thing obviously is SAO got hit with this particular Alice. Let me go back here just to show a better picture. The level 2 Alice right here, I think this was a really weird hit. This was able to be spammed out 3 copies of at level 1 if you had this particular Alice Brainstormer and the effect went off. That being said, when this initial thing came out, when I saw limited up to 2 copies, I legit thought this was going to be Gura. 100%. Not a shot. I'm like, okay, that's probably Gura. I don't want it to be Gura. I wanted maybe a pick one of 2 for Gura and Ame maybe. But I did not expect Hololive just did not get touched in any shape, form, or fashion. I thought this was the weirdest thing. But whatever. They're letting, Shark Girl roam free right now. But it does not change the fact that I did not expect this hit whatsoever. I legitimately feel they should have hit the level 1 instead. Or maybe some other ways to affect the consistency and or speed of the deck. And in that, I feel even if they didn't hit this to 2, if they wanted to slow down SAO a little bit, I feel they could have put this particular event and this particular Leafa on one of the pick one of 2 list. That's just me. But whatever. The next thing I have no explanation for. Slime got hit really fucking hard. I say really hard because it was at the time that it came out, it was just really I did not expect this either. I joked about this in our Discord when this particular infographic dropped. We obviously started speculating in the Discord server as to what it could possibly be, what the hits could possibly be. And obviously, my first thought was something needs to be done about the Shuna. And I felt this level 2 Shuna needed to be hit in some shape, form, or fashion. But the way that the deck is set up, there's 2 points I want to make. The first point being, I don't actually own the deck. I don't run it. I don't really know the ins and outs of it. So I admit that I'm not 100% certain what are the choke points or what are particular cards that save your ass. But I do have the Alice deck. I run it. So I kind of know that, this is an oh shit button for Alice. This very much helps. This helps the deck speed a ton. So I wasn't 100% certain if you picked, say, the Shuna and something else, what the best hit was going to be. So I wasn't completely certain on this one. I just kind of left this up to the rest of the community to speculate. But I jokingly said in the Discord, how funny would it be if they hit the two fucking climax combos? Like, I'm like, it's probably not gonna happen, but it'd be funny if it did. I swear to the stars above, that is exactly what I said in the Discord. And sure enough, this fucking happens. I'm like, huh? Am I fucking clairvoyant as shit? Like, I don't know. Once again, I don't play the deck. And even to talk about for a second the people who do play the deck, one of the recent episodes on the Refresh Point podcast, they got Clinton, who has been in the game longer than I've been around and playing, has been playing for a hot minute. They got Clinton up there, and Clinton has been maining this deck. Even one of the guys up there, Ben, has been maining the slime deck, like a whole bunch for like the different regionals and whatnot that they've gone to. Ben's been doing very well with it from what he's told me, and obviously Clinton, I think Clinton won the Illinois regionals. Don't hold me to that, but I think he did. And the fact of the matter is, even when they even said like, "Hey Clinton, hypothetically, what the fuck would they hit from slime?" He was kind of like, I don't know. So I mean, when one of the dudes who's been playing longer than like most of the people even watching this, this video have probably played the game, if one of the top players in the fucking game is like, bro, even if I wasn't biased, I have no fucking clue what they would hit. I'm like, damn, that kind of says something. So when he said that, I was like, oh man, what if they had to do this hit? Anyway, so regardless, I recommend go listening to that podcast episode by Refresh Point. It was really good, really informative, and I think Clinton has a lot of really good insight on stuff. But like I said, this was just kind of fucking weird. But regardless, I think people were just going to replace the level 1 with like some other like advantage engine. There's like the Diablo. There's like a whole bunch of like other like level 1 engines and stuff you could do, or I don't know, disregard that altogether and run like a level 3 package. I don't know. There's like a level 1 that actually specifically searches out this level 2. That so people are like, oh, let's just have that be our like level 1 game plan. I don't know. It's whatever. But to move on, the next thing that was hit is kind of weird. Once again, my head's kind of in the way here. Actually, I can move my head back, and we just go to the other page. The other thing that got hit, it's not even a hit. It's a swap. This is one of the weirdest things, I think, for this is probably one of the weirder ones. Initially, it was this particular Gil Thunder and this level 0 Escanor was a pick 1 of 2. They swapped out the level 0 Escanor with the level 3 Escanor. Then this is a summabitch. But the thing is, for the climax combo effect of this level 3, you have to specifically discard this Escanor, this particular named Escanor, from the hand for the cost to be able to do the burn and or say the burn, but to be able to do the effect, the combo. Which basically means they indirectly hit it. And to me, this like changes nothing. I don't know, like I'm weird in that regard. I feel this was a weird fake out. Because like you see this and you think that like there's gonna be 3 hits, or like maybe 3 separate hits. Like in this, I would have thought, okay, Gura, Slime, SAO, type thing. That's kind of what I was like expecting. Especially because Bushi has gone on record to say that they do not want to hit climax combos if they can help it. It's not that they would avoid ever hitting climax combos. I mean, if you look at the restricted list, this level 3 Kurumi from Data Live is one of the climax combos, and it got hit. Let me see if any others got hit real quick other than these. No, nothing else is a climax combo from what I can say. But so like they basically have stated if they can avoid it, they would try to do other hits, which is why the initial thing was the level 3 Gil Thunder and the level 0. Like they straight up said like, oh hey, this still technically hits it without us technically hitting the climax combo card. So I mean, it's whatever. But in this particular, I lost the tab. Technically, every change up here involves a climax combo. Which, like I said, I know they said they didn't want to hit stuff, but in terms of like the slime and whatnot, I can understand having to. Once again, I don't know what they could have swapped. Like I said, this is a weird like you would expect at least three different sets to be affected when this technically does nothing. So it feels like a really weird fake out. I don't know, especially because they're like, oh, this limited like other decks from being able to play the Gil Thunder and the level 0 in the same deck. I'm like, I don't think I saw a single deck list that would have tried that to begin with. Like, didn't know that was a major like interaction that that they relied on in other Deadly Sins decks. I don't know. I just thought it was weird. But I also don't have I don't have a horse in the race when it comes to Deadly Sins. I don't have this deck either, so it's whatever. But then lastly, obviously, they took off the money counter and the level 2 target or the standby target for Mushoku Tensei. Yeah, that's basically it. I just, like I said, I feel there was better potential hits. I'm just saying. I think this is a little weird to have really hit this, but I'm going to say right now, before I get too deeply into it, if y'all want to debate what should have been hit or could have been hit, feel free to do so in the comment section. But I'm also going to be posting a link to the Twitter post for the restriction list, because a lot of other people who are much more knowledgeable than I am about each of these sets and about the game in general posted their 2 cents up there about it. One of them being Shizukats, and I do agree with a lot of the stuff Shizukats said in his particular post, giving his constructive criticism on it and saying, hey, I would have done this, you could have done that, but here's also like the alternatives. I feel that's the more valuable information right now, is knowing what alternatives to swap to and or try out, depending on like if you run these two and it got hit, or stuff like that. So I'm going to put a link to that, will be in the description for the Twitter post. I refuse to call it X, fuck that shit. And yeah, I just think just fucking weird. Really, I'm sorry, I cannot get over this. I think this is like such the weirdest fucking hit ever for this, but whatever. I don't make the rules. I don't choose what gets hit. I can only state my opinions before and after the fact. But yeah, no, thank y'all very much for watching. Like I said, just a quick little video about this. We'll be signing off for now. Hopefully, before I do, I will say, I hope there aren't any other like crazy hits prior to Worlds. Let if they want to do adjustments, that's cool, but at the same time, we can only hope for so much. I kind of want to let them have stuff run rampant for a little bit, at least up to Worlds, and maybe see if there's something that really needs changing prior to it. That's whatever. That's just my hopes for the future. But with that, thank y'all very much for watching, and we will see y'all on the flip side. Peace out for now.